Hi everyone, it is Nature Angel, and today I'm going to be talking about some items and just different things that you might want as your first year being a school psychologist. So when you first start working, a good thing that you might want to know is if they will give you any money to buy supplies that you need. So apparently every year they would give the teachers $150 to get supplies. And this year at the district I'm at, they also gave us $150 to buy supplies on Amazon for our kids. So I took this opportunity and got some board games, fidgets. I got a pack of pencils, some pencil sharpeners, pens. I got a file organizer. So I pretty much just bought a bunch of items that I was gonna buy anyway that I would want for the kids or that I could use in my office. And honestly, some of my friends gave me that idea because they had a wish list on Amazon of different items that they would want to start the school year. So that's how I came up with some of the items on my list, and it would be really helpful if your school supplies you with some money to get those. So I would see if your school does that before spending your own money because it will save you money. Another thing that you want to make sure is that you have access to everything before you start working. So like I said, I always have computer problems. Something's always messing up whenever I start a job for what I need to know. So when I'm starting school, working in the schools a whole month before the students are coming back into the schools. So that was really helpful because I was able to get my laptop, get access to the IEP, website that I need. I also am able to get access to the site that I need to check their attendance and all of that stuff as well. And just greeting the teachers and meeting everyone and setting up my office. So that was really helpful to have that time and make sure that's prepared before the kids come, because that's something little that you don't think takes so much time, and it actually does. So that was really helpful. So I would see if you can get access to all that stuff before you technically start working. Another thing that I would keep in mind when you start working so that you can save yourself some money, and this seems like something little as well, but just packing your own snacks and your own lunch, because if you're going out to eat every day, that will start to cost a lot of money. So like I know today, before the kids go back this week, I'm gonna go and buy some things that I want for lunch, and also a lot of snacks, like even healthy snacks, of course, like fruits and things like that, because our schedule, it is kind of like we make our own schedule, but sometimes things happen. Like you might plan to eat lunch at 12, but what if a crisis happens at 12 and you were hungry at 11:30 but you were waiting? Just eat some of those snacks that you have, so make a little list and do that. And also stay hydrated. This is something that I love. I got this on Amazon, honestly, before I even started internship, and it's a water bottle that has all the times on it, and it holds up to 32 ounces of water. But on the other side, it has like timestamps starting at like 8 a.m. all the way down to 1 p.m. You refill it, and it goes from 2 p.m. all the way down to 7 p.m. to make sure that you get the amount of water that you need. And I feel like that's a good way to stay hydrated and also to produce less waste as well. So you might want to invest in something like that as well before you start working as a school psychologist, because something little but something that is really helpful. Before you start working, or if you know that your school will help pay for some of the items that you need, I would definitely get decorations for your office, because it might not seem important, but think about if you were one of these students and you're coming to talk to someone about a problem, or you're coming to get tested. You want to feel comfortable. You want to feel welcome. And at least for me, having decorations makes me feel like more comfortable compared to if you just walk into a room that's all blank walls. As you guys see blank walls here, but when I give you a tour, you'll see the rest of my office. I have pictures over here. I have my degrees over here, and I try to make it really cozy. But that's what I try to do at the schools as well. Get decorations and things to make your office really cozy, because I know that kids love that. So it would add a nice little touch, and you know, it could help improve how the kids feel walking into your office. Something you want to make sure of before you start working is what's expected of you. Are you at one school? Are you at multiple schools? If you're at multiple schools, is it multiple grade levels? Do they have different start and end times? And what days do you want to be at what places? Or are you gonna be at one school half the day, the other school the other half of the day? And of course, things might change throughout the school year. One school might get busier than the other, and you might be at that school more than you originally planned to. But I think that's something that is good to ask questions about, like going into the schools and just getting that information from the principals, and if there were school psychs that worked there before and what worked best for them, because it could help make your job so much easier. So that's something to try to find out as well. And lastly, something that I thought of that you would want as a school psychologist starting is to know if your school pays for conferences such as NASP, because I know that I want to go to NASP this year, but I don't think that my school covers the cost of a conference, and they can get pretty pricey, like $200+. And then you also would need a hotel for all those days. You need your plane tickets if you're not close enough to drive, and it can end up being $1,000 or more. Also, the food while you're there, because NASP is like a week long. So if that's something that you're into, is going to those conferences and getting those professional development hours and you know, your NASP hours as well, I would see if your school can cover whether that's all of the costs or some of the costs. I also need to find out, because I'm not 100% sure if they don't cover it or not. But you know, that's something helpful, because I am interested in going to those things, and I know a lot of people are. So that'll be something that you want to know going into working at a certain school. So I know this video is supposed to be kind of about items that you want working in your first year, but honestly, it could be anything. Like items that you want in your first year, different things that you want to know, different things that you want to consider, because these are things, again, it's only been 1 month since I started working, and the kids aren't coming back until this Wednesday. But these were some of the things that were small that I wasn't thinking about, and I'm like, oh, this would be something good to know. So I just thought that I'd make a video on that. And I'll probably have another vlog next week. And this vlog would be on just how school is with the kids there, especially during a pandemic. So again, of course, if I do that, I can't take you into the schools with me, but I'll do my best to kind of tell you guys what's happening. And honestly, maybe I'll do a day in the life or a week in the life. If I do a day in the life, it'll be super detailed. And then maybe I'll do a week in a life when I have a full week and when I'm more adjusted, so that you guys get a better view of what it's like being a school psychologist. But I will try my best to film that. Also, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it all the time. Let me know if you have any ideas for other videos and content you guys want to see, and I will do my best. But you have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, and wherever you are in the world, have the best day. Bye, guys.